Doing fast toes to bar is exhausting. Going through so many reps in a small amount of time itself is exhausting because you're putting so many reps in a small amount of time, but also you're shortening the range of motion. Range of motion, like a full length toes to bar, gives you plenty of space to gain momentum through the leg swing to do a lot of the work for your upper body. Once your feet reach, they have a lot of time to come back down. So that's, as I'm breathing hard, that is rest time that you get. And when your legs come swinging down and they carry momentum, they get to swing up in the back to create stretch, potential momentum to swing into the next rep. By rushing your reps, you have to understand, this should not be the technique for every set of toes to bar. If you've got a huge set of toes to bar, doing a longer range of motion is going to give you more bang for your buck, basically saying you can stay on the bar longer without getting fatigued out of your mind and having to break up the reps so early. But if you have the strength for it and you need to go fast because it's a short set and you just need to bang them out, then you can do the fast toes to bar. There are two main ways in the variations between to do fast toes to bar. First one, straight legs, swinging them down and snapping them back up. You'll see a lot of gymnastics coaches in CrossFit teaching this, and that's like the legs together, kind of Superman hollow situation that I don't subscribe to necessarily. And then you'll see the other one, which is basically a tuck that drops, a tuck that rises, and then extends, and then drops back down. So it's more cyclical than just more up and down. The way that you want to approach this though, is your starting position needs to vary depending on how fast you plan on doing your set of toes to bar. For example, if I'm doing a regular set of toes to bar, I'm gonna stand about this far back behind the bar. If the bar drops, it lands on my forearm, and from here, watch my set. Because the speed of my hips swinging, the amount of time that it takes to go forward and backward, is the same amount of time it takes my feet to go from behind me upward and return. This is a more casual style rep. This is like bigger sets because I'm keeping my legs straight. I'm utilizing more momentum through a big arch position and bent knees to drive out of. This is much more relaxed, easier on my midline, and I can go for more reps without having to take a break. But when you are doing fast reps, you need to think about your hips as well. You can't start from the same position and go just as fast. It's gonna throw you off rhythm because your hips and your legs need to share the amount of time that it takes to do each rep. When we start back here, our hips would have too much swing for the amount of speed, and we will get like 1.5 reps of toes to bar before our hips actually return back behind the bar in their starting position. So, knowing this, we need to step closer to the bar. Now my toes are underneath the bar, and that means my hips are also closer to the vertical plane. My hips being closer to the vertical plane will go bump, 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 as opposed to further from the vertical plane where it goes bump, bump, bump. It's a metronome, basically. It's a rhythm that you have to keep. So when I go into these fast reps, I want to stand underneath the bar with my toes, and then we'll start with the straight leg one. It's going to wear me out, but watch please. Okay, 4 reps is enough for a demo. I'm going as fast as I can with straight legs, and yes, they get up and down by the same amount of time that it takes my hips to go forward and back. Now, if I wanted to do the tuck position, that's what this is going to be. I'm gonna jump up, starting the same way, but as soon as I go into the first rep, I'm driving my knees up. The benefit to this is hip flexors are usually pretty strong with a bent leg position. So pulling my knees up and then giving a little flick to kick the bar. And then I kind of separate my knees to come down just so they're out of the way and they don't have to travel as far. So I kind of frog them out a little bit, drop my feet back. Remember that the rep counts when your feet go back behind the vertical plane. So we drop them back and drive them back up. For me, neither one of these is really ideal. unless I have, this is a short rep scheme of 10 to 15 reps, maybe with a lot of space in between sets if there are more than one set. So bear in mind that this is not what you want to do every single time, but it is what you want to do sometimes. Having a variety of movement patterns, long range of motion to short range of motion, will make you a more formidable athlete. When you look at the workout and you see what's programmed, you know kind of how you're going to attack that. And once you build up volume and speed, this might be what you do on occasion when the rep scheme is shorter. Those are fast toes to bar reps.